You're watching a segment of The Splash, Greater West Bloomfield's news magazine show.
I'm joined this week by Mike McKinstry, the host of Bassquatch Hunter TV. Mike, how's it going?
Good, how are you?
So Bassquatch Hunter, what is that? What does it mean?
So it's kind of a nickname that I established over the years. Is I used to go fish. I've been fishing my whole life, and I used to go fishing with a certain group of friends, and we'd go out and try to target a certain species, mostly bass, like largemouth and smallmouth bass here in Michigan. And I always had a knack for finding the biggest fish of the day, and it was never the most fish or the prettiest fish even, but it was always the biggest one. So they always said it was kind of like the Sasquatch, like the one elusive big fish that you can never catch, and I always found a way to find it. Or someone would tell me there's a fish in this lake that we've never been able to catch. It's like a 23-inch bass, but no one could ever catch them, and I'd find a way to catch them. So they gave me the nickname like I was the Bassquatch Hunter, and I just kind of found them all the time. And turned into a brand. So I just ran with it, and I try to keep the tradition going of finding the biggest fish.
So how do you get the biggest fish? Is there a special technique you use, or is it luck?
Both.
Both?
It's both. Okay. I'm not going to lie. Fishing is probably 70% luck.
Okay.
I break down the lakes based on moon phases, on barometer pressure, on water clarity, water temperatures. There's a lot that goes into bass behavior research.
Okay.
But at the end of the day, it's the right time, the right place kind of thing.
Yeah.
So it is a lot of luck involved in it too. But it's been working out somehow.
Do you mostly focus on Michigan lakes, or are you...
Right now, I kind of split my season up where I do half a season out of state so I can show the adventure and the traveling.
Okay.
But it always starts out with me in Michigan, leaving Michigan, going somewhere else, coming back to Michigan.
Okay.
The other half of the season, I focus mostly in my area of Michigan or really cool adventurous spots like northern Michigan or Lake Michigan, like really cool areas that people can see and understand why Michigan is such a great fishery.
Yeah. So for your show, it started as a YouTube channel. Do you want to go into that and how you got started with all that?
Yeah, so when I first started kayak fishing, so I fish out of a kayak.
Okay.
I was bass boat fishing for a long time, and there's always spots on certain lakes that I wanted to go that I couldn't get back into. It was too skinny, or there was tree stumps everywhere, and I would destroy my boat motor trying to get back there. And I knew there was fish back there. That was the worst part. I could look back there and go, I know there's fish back there, but I can't get back there.
Yeah.
So after replacing a few props on my boat and some lower-end units on my motor, I bought a kayak, and I went back there, and I caught, at the time, was my personal best fish. It was the biggest fish I caught at the time, and it was my first time out in a kayak, and I was like, all right, this is incredible.
Yeah.
You can feel the fish bite, you can feel it pull. And I started telling my buddies about it. I was like, you have to get kayaks. This is so much better than a boat. There's no gas. I don't need a trailer anymore. Like, this is awesome. And they didn't believe me. Like, they didn't understand that a kayak, like, I can walk around in my kayak. I can stand up. I can go in 6-foot waves. They're a lot bigger than they used to be. So I had to find a way to show them. So I started videotaping it and putting a GoPro on my boat. And I started sharing it with my friends and just showing them. I never put it on YouTube. I would just say, look at this video. This is what my kayak's about. This is how it is. And then people were like, hey, show my buddy, show my friend. Hey, can you send this video? I was like, you know what? I'll start a YouTube channel. Like, I've never had a YouTube channel before. I'm like, let me start one so you guys can watch them. And then it turned into, I was shocked, like thousands of people started watching them.
Yeah.
And I was like, all right, this is something that people should know about, and I want to share with as many people as I can. Now I'm really passionate about it, and I want to get the biggest audience I can so I can impact others and get them in the sport too. And then it turned into this thing where people started asking for more videos and when's my next one, and they wanted to see more. So I just kept on growing the channel and growing the brand, and it's kind of put me where I am today. I still follow the same principle where I just want to reach a larger audience and inspire more people to do what they want to do and get out in nature and see how beautiful it is.
So how'd you get involved with Waypoint TV?
So Waypoint, it's actually a fun story. I was working a boat show. I work a lot of boat shows and do a lot of seminars and do appearances like that at fishing shows. And there was a guy walking around with a camera, and you could tell he was professional. Like, he had a full, nice production camera. And he was walking around the boat show, and he stopped and asked if he could interview me about kayak fishing. And we started talking, and he's like, hey, I own a production company in Ferndale. I love fishing. I love kayaking. I would love to work with you. He goes, what do you do? And I'm like, well, I have a YouTube channel. Here it is. So he watched a couple of videos, and he's like, let's make this a TV show.
Okay.
And I was like, how would we make a TV show? Like, how do you do that? Like, you can't just go like this and have a TV show.
Exactly.
So we started filming together and working together, and then he started pitching to networks for me, and we started doing research, and we chose Waypoint TV because of the versatility we have and the freedom we have. It gives us full control of our show. We have full content control. It's a free app you can download on your smart TV or phone, so it doesn't cost anyone money to watch the show, which I thought was appealing because the outdoor crowd isn't normally a very wealthy crowd, and, everyone's pretty budget conscious, so having a free platform to watch my show was really important to me, and then having control of my show where I can pretty much do whatever I want in my episodes as long as I meet the guidelines. So Waypoint TV was kind of a perfect home for my show, and they have a great following and a great audience, so it worked out really well.
So what are your plans for your show? What's the topic of your next episode going to be?
The next episode is going to air in a couple weeks, and we actually did an episode with the Rookie of the Year NASCAR driver.
Oh, wow.
And we took him out in a kayak for his first time, got him on some really good fish, and I felt pretty confident because I was in my realm.
Yeah.
And then we went go-kart racing after that.
Oh, wow. How'd that go?
And I was out of my realm, and it definitely learned why this guy is who he is. And then we
Yeah.
went to his NASCAR race after that.
Okay.
And he had a spectacular crash during the race, actually, like right in front of us. And we had the whole film crew. We were the first fishing show in the history of NASCAR to actually have licensing from NASCAR to film there.
Oh, wow.
So we filmed the whole race, and it's going to be an amazing episode. I'm really excited for that one to come out. But all of our episodes, we try to do adventures, where it's not just people going out fishing and talking about fishing.
Okay.
That's kind of the cookie-cutter platform and format that's been out for 50 years. So our show has no commercial breaks, so you don't have to leave the experience ever.
Yeah.
And it's a storyline. It starts out from when we leave our house all the way till we come back to our house, and it's just the whole adventure. And there's always some kind of, like the NASCAR race, or I zip-lined over a gator swamp in Louisiana after I was done fishing.
Oh, okay.
We always try to include some kind of adventure from the area so
Yeah.
people can understand how much fun this really is. And it makes people inspired to go do this on their own, too.
So are you still on YouTube as well, or are you only
Yeah,
Waypoint?
I still do YouTube videos. I do instructionals on YouTube.
Okay.
They're called Squatch and Learn. I do little segments of teaching people tactics and what baits I use. I also post the episodes on YouTube about a month or two after the air.
Okay.
So after they have their time on the network, then I'll put them on YouTube so people can watch them there too. And I'll do a lot of live videos on YouTube every once in a while too, just to get people into the experience when I do something. And I do the same thing on Facebook.
Oh, yeah, speaking of Facebook, so you have a podcast as well that's coming up on a pretty big episode number.
Yeah, this Wednesday is episode 100.
Oh, okay.
That's the 100 weeks in a row that we've been doing this podcast. So we do it live on Facebook on Wednesdays at 7 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, and it's on the Bassquatch Hunter TV Facebook page. And we talk about everything fishing. It's kind of like, I always joke and say it's kind of my therapy. That's why I started it. Is I just wanted an outlet to talk to everybody at once and make it easier. And it started out, it used to be called Coffee with Bassquatch. We do it at 7 a.m. in the mornings, and then it got so big where people are like, hey, can we do this later in the day so we can watch it? Because we can't watch it live at 7 a.m.
Yeah.
So I started doing it later in the day, and now it's just called Bassquatch Hunter TV Live. And we talk about fishing techniques. We give away free baits or free products on every episode. We have giveaways. This week is episode 100, so we're giving away 15 things. We have 15 products we're giving away live on the air. And it's a great platform. People get to know each other and ask questions. And I mean, we've talked about everything from the fishing world to trucks, and you know, we talk about whatever people want to talk about, and we go back and forth and answer questions.
What's the plan for episode 200?
Episode 200. If I make it to 200, hopefully it's going to be. We're doing episode 100 in a new location too. Trying something new.
Okay.
So hopefully 200, if we make it to 200, it'll be a bigger platform, and I'm hoping we'll have a bigger studio and we can have more guests on board. We're going to start transitioning to having more interviews and stuff like that too.
Okay.
So if I do get another 100 episodes out, which I hope I do, then it's hopefully going to keep on evolving and keep on growing, but still keep the kind of real feel that we have now, where it's kind of me talking to everybody like a family.
Yeah.
So we consider ourselves, we have a private group called the Bass Squad, and it's like our private fan club, and we consider it a family. Like when someone's going through troubles, we all talk about it, and you know, we're all very personal. So no matter how big we grow, we always try to keep that family mentality.
Still
So
contained.
everyone can reach out, and people can message me at 3 in the morning, and I respond. And I always try to keep that going no matter what.
Awesome. That's great. Well, thanks for talking to me today. Once again, you've been joined by Mike McKinstry, the host of Bassquatch Hunter TV.
Thanks for watching this segment of The Splash. To watch the entire show or other segments, catch us on Comcast Channel 15 and AT&T Channel 99. Or look us up online at thesplash.tv and listen to us every week on 89.3 WBLD, the all-new Lakes FM.